Hey everybody, this is Brendan with Business for Chummies. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to use the unique function in Excel. So here we have a very simple data set of sales data. It includes a column of the region, the first name and last name of the customer, and the purchase date of the sale. And we're going to be using the unique function in several different ways to pull out some unique values from our small data set here. So the first is in column F, we want to identify from column A all of the unique regions that had a sale during this time period. So I'm going to go ahead and type equals unique, open parens, and then I'm going to identify the array or the range of cells that I want to look for unique values. So this is A2 through A13, and I'm just going to close that and hit enter. And you'll see that Excel now has gone through and looked for all of the unique values here and populated one row for each unique value, north, south, east, and west. So it looks like all four of our regions had a sale during this time period. If that data gets updated, for instance, if all of the western region sales ended up being northern region sales, that value gets automatically removed from your unique function. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at from a customer perspective. Let's find a list of all of the last names of customers that were unique in our sales period. So again, just going to do unique, open parens, and our column is going to be C here. So I'll say I want to find unique values between C2 and C13, and hit enter. And again, this just is really showing that it's able to pull unique values from different columns and give you different results. One of the things to notice here, though, and the reason why I'm showing it, it appears very similar from the first one we did, is that depending on your data set, you may not want unique values. So for instance, this value Barrett here, it appears twice, but it actually is for two different people because the first name and last name are different across these records. And so that's where the next use of unique comes in, is to concatenate columns and look for unique values across multiple columns. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do equals unique, open parens, but here I'm going to concatenate the first name and a last name into a string. So I'm going to say I want to find all of the first names, so B2 through B13, and then I want to add a string, a space in between each, and then I want to add the last name, which is C2 to C13. And what that's going to do is look for unique values where the first name and the last name are unique as a concatenated string. So you can see here we got one extra value. That's because we have two Barretts in our list. All right, one other neat function of unique is that you can obviously nest, like many other functions in Excel. You can nest these functions inside of each other, especially with names. One of the things I like to do is always use the sort function. So right before the unique function, I'm going to go ahead and add a sort function. I'm just going to open that, close that, and hit enter, and that's going to automatically do an alphabetical sort for me. So a nice, simple way to get your data clean and organized. All right, the last example here is there is one of the parameters in the unique function is to only return values that show exactly one time. Now this is helpful when you want to show, for example, customers that have only had one sale. And these are potentially ideal candidates for follow-up sales, upsells, things like that, or people that purchased something from your store, from your business, and you want that repeat business. So you're gonna hyper focus on some of those people that have only made a single purchase. You've already got these other people that are coming in making repeat purchases, and you're less concerned about them because you've already hooked them in as a customer. So using the unique function again, equals unique. Let's just say I want to return similarly a list of names, full names, where the person has only made one purchase during our period. So again, I'm going to do the concatenation here, B2 through B13. Oops. And I'm going to hit comma. We're going to skip this first parameter. That's really only useful if you're doing data, vertical data. And then the next parameter that we want is called exactly once. So in our formula here, you can see I've added our concatenated string, which is going to look for unique full names. I've skipped the second parameter, which is to look for unique columns versus unique rows. Most of the time, you're going to be looking for unique values across rows, but if your content was kind of twisted on its side and your unique values were in the columns, you would want to use the by column parameter here. But exactly once, we're going to go ahead and set that to true and then close our parens and hit enter and see what happens. So you'll notice the list is significantly shorter. It's 3 people shorter. Let's see if we can find out who's missing from our list. A good example. There we go. So Fritz Barrett. So while Fritz is a unique name in our list, Fritz is not in this list because he must have appeared more than once. So let's see. We've got Fritz here, and we've got Fritz here as well. And another example looks like Tom is not in our list. And we've got Tom here once and Tom here twice. So very helpful when you're trying to hone in on not just unique values, but unique values that appear only once. All right, hope you learned something, had some fun. Don't forget to subscribe to Business for Chummies for other great videos, and we'll see you next time.